right, next up, Kevin Feige, man. As we were talking about Kevin Feige, I don't know why this is out there again. Variety, for some reason, has put out this report, or I guess just article, really, about him having no interest in leading Lucasfilm following his produced Star Wars film. We've talked about this. We even talked about, I feel like this report is what came out a month ago. Um, so I'm just going to quickly just say this. Let's just remind our listeners where we stand on
Mhm.
Kevin Feige and him taking over Lucasfilm. I think a month ago we came to this conclusion that we love what he's doing with Marvel so much that we don't know if we necessarily want him to leave that. But anytime he wants to come and get his feet wet in Star Wars, feel free. I mean, that's where I land. What
Yeah, I
are
mean
you?
that
Are you
that
still there?
sums it up. That sums it up for me. Stay at Marvel. Don't mess that up, please. And I just don't think Feige sees it as a necessity to do
Mm,
this at this point. He's working years ahead of what we know, right? This dude has got years planned of MCU stuff, and I just think that, especially since he's risen to the ranks of president of Marvel Studios or whatever he is
mm,
now, I
mhm.
just don't see him moving over to Lucasfilm. I think it's going to be an internal Lucasfilm person, whether that be Favreau or Filoni.
I think
Not, I
so.
probably wouldn't even be Favreau. I think it would be Filoni, if I'm being honest.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Um, just because I don't think Favreau would. Um, I don't know. I feel like he's more of a storyteller than
Okay.
a boss.
Okay. See,
I
I'm the opposite. I think
really.
I could see Filoni more so be Filoni's just the guy of, yeah, I just want to tell the best Star
Maybe
Wars
you're right. Maybe
story.
you're right. Maybe.
And Favreau, I could see Favreau. Sorry, that was a horrible Filoni impersonation.
Yeah, don't
Uh,
listen, Filoni. No.
I could see Favreau being more so like, I trust you, Filoni. Here's the resources you need. Here's the overarching plan. I know me
Mm.
and you see eye to eye. I can handle more of this business stuff. I got you there, Filoni. You dive into the canon content. I know that's your thing. I trust you to kind of direct the ship, if you will, but I will be the overarching, making sure things happen kind of guy.
I just don't see Filoni or Favreau kind of pigeonholing himself into being that role.
I see. So you're saying like him venturing
Like he
out
wants to go
outside.
make Jungle Book and all these
Okay.
other, like, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, where I feel like Filoni, this is what he does,
Okay.
and
No, that's fair.
Favreau does other stuff. Now, and you might be right. You may be very right in the sense of Filoni being that guy who just like makes it really.
Mhm.
But I think with him directing more, writing more, doing all these other ancillary roles on Star Wars other than just being the writer, or
Mhm.
the creator. I'm I was very impressed with what he did in season two, and I'm very impressed with what he's doing with Bad Batch.
I
So
know.
if he can keep learning, potentially, but going back
Yeah.
to what I was saying, I think it would be someone internally to Lucasfilm to take
Okay.
up Kathleen
Right.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Agreed. And I agree with that 100%.
I think
Um,
Feige's going to be where he is for a while.
I guess what you're, and I agree. I do think Favreau is a creative guy where he wants to step outside of Star Wars occasionally, even if he wanted to dedicate to Star Wars. So maybe they could slip that in the contract. Like, yeah, you can do, I don't know. I just want to see Favreau fully involved with Lucasfilm eventually. I'm not one of those that's like, get rid of Cathay. Like, I can't really get behind that too much. I know I've shared that before, but I do think it would be natural that eventually maybe Favreau or Filoni, I wouldn't care either or, to kind of take over that role.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever brought it up here about my thoughts on Kathleen Kennedy. I don't know, maybe I have, but I'll say him again. She's done some good stuff. You
Mhm.
got to give props, okay? Is
Yep.
it her fault that there was no freaking captain of the ship for the sequels? 1000%.
Yes.
1000%. However, she's still making the call on Filoni stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and Mando
Yep.
and Disney Plus and Kenobi. And she's the one, like, if you really want to call a spade, she's the yes or no person at the end of the day.
Correct.
So you got to give her some props on that. And
Yep.
I just, I hate the polar, you got to be this or that. Like,
Right.
you just got to call it the facts, the facts. Has she done some stuff wrong? Sure. Nobody's
Mhm.
perfect anyways. Has she knocked some stuff out of the freaking park? Yes.
Yep.
So gotta give her
And
some props.
I keep coming back to this, like, regardless of how you feel about the movies, 5 movies, $5 billion. You as a company, do the math real quick.
I'm about to say
You ain't getting
she
rid of that person.
she's walking to the bank with her check and her freaking bag of money. Like, I don't care what y'all think. I'm about to go cash this $1 million check on you. You know,
Yeah,
it
exactly.
really is. At the end of the day, that's the situation. Is Kathleen Kennedy's like, y'all can say whatever you want. I'm gonna keep cranking out the dollars because that's what they're doing.
Yeah. Now, I mean, first of all, The Force Awakens, you were going to get a bunch of money on that, just it being Star Wars. So, I mean, I don't know. Star Wars is going to get the money regardless. So, I mean, say what you will, but still, $5 billion for 5 movies is $5 billion for 5 movies.
That's right. Yeah, and I agree. It being Star Wars, people are going to show up. People are
Yeah.
going to show up. But I think Force Awakens is still just fire. I watched it the other day.
Phenomenal.
It's such a good movie. And sure,
Incredible.
you can pick it apart with, oh, it's just nostalgia, whatever. It was so well done, and the execution of it, the
Mhm.
trailer that dropped like a year before or whatever with Finn, which was just like, oh my god.
And then the
Then
next
we got the
trailer,
freaking Chewie, I'm home. Chewie, we're home.
we're home.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that was all under her. Don't forget, right?
Yeah. Listen, The Force
So
Awakens was, it might not be your favorite now, but The Force Awakens in 2015 was the Star Wars movie that we needed. Maybe not necessarily the best, but it was the one that the fan base needed.
100%. Like, what?
Anyway.
Touche. Because
Yeah.
you're right. We
All
can
right,
move
let
on
us
because you
know.
nailed
Let
it.
us know what you think about Kevin Feige. Somehow we went from Feige to The Force Awakens, which is fun. That's what we do here. We have so much fun talking
Yeah.
Star Wars. Let us know what you think. Jump down the YouTube comments. You know what to do. Okay, last thing off the top. I don't know how I feel about this. I can't wait to hear what you got to say. Listen to this. According to Giant Freaking Robot, that's a source now. Giant Freaking Robot.
Yeah.
Daisy Ridley is in talks for a return to the Star Wars franchise. Now, there is one important quote that I wanted to pull from this original report from, again, Giant Freaking Robot. We were not able to discern just what that project would be. We have to wonder if bringing back Daisy Ridley would involve another feature film or if this would be in relation to a streaming series on Disney Plus. I know I typically do this in the past. I look at a report and I say, okay, is that fact or fan fiction? Is this just one of those things where anyone could report it? And it might be one of those things where you throw a dart one day and it sticks and it lands and it might be perfect. I think this is one of those situations. Obviously, at some point, maybe it's not obvious, but in my opinion, maybe Daisy Ridley's going to come back when all of these kids are grown adults like we are now and they love the sequels and they're talking about Daisy Ridley needing to come back into the Star Wars franchise. There's this thing that Zach loves, and he might have gone down this route whenever he's fixing to give his opinion on this. There's a thing called Disney Plus where there are so many possibilities. You could even connect it to, I don't know, maybe the Mandalorian. Maybe she somehow gets involved at the very end of it with her new Jedi Order. If you really want to go there, I mean, it's just like things like that you could easily incorporate her into the story. Just one little scene, and that is quote unquote talks for a return to the Star Wars franchise. It doesn't have to be this huge moment, but it's just this continuity connection piece. We know Rey Skywalker's out there. You might as well put her in a scene, and then that report would be correct. I just feel like it's one of those moments. Zach, what do you think?
Here's my takeaway from it. First of all, obviously, grain of salt. Giant freaking robot. I'm not chirping giant freaking robot. If
Yeah,
they
and I
get
wasn't
this,
trying to either.
if they get this right and it comes out to be true, it's going to be big.
Yes.
I want to throw that out there. With all that being said, all I want to be true out of this really is that she's in talks to return.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't care if it's a movie, if it's a TV show, if it's whatever. I just want her to be in good terms with Disney and Lucasfilm and everybody so that she can come back.
Agreed.
Because I know John Boyega is out.
Yeah, sounds like it.
He's out. I mean, unless they back the Brinks truck up, which they might, but I don't know. And Oscar Isaac, same. He sounds pretty done. I don't know.
Yeah.
So if we can just get Daisy Ridley back, she's my favorite anyway. Sorry, boys. I want her back so
Pause.
bad. Oh,
Hold up. Adam Driver, it ain't your favorite?
I think I like Daisy Ridley, man.
Okay. As the performer or like
Yes,
the character?
yes.
Okay.
Daisy Ridley, the actress. Yes.
No, I can get okay.
Now Calvin, whoa now. Oh, careful. No, yeah. No, I think I like Daisy more just because she's so good. She is such a good actress.
She is.
And so going back, I would love to just see her still be involved with Star Wars. Now, though we were not able to discern just what it would be. Okay. I want it to be real so that she can come back and be involved. Like you said, whether it's a cameo, whether it's a voice in an animated show that's after a thing, maybe it's her own damn show on Disney Plus. If they do that, it would be huge.
Yeah.
Because three reasons. I've already thought about this. So 3 reasons. Number 1, how big the little girls look up to Rey. Okay. Us being dudes, we don't understand it. But me being a father now, my daughter is 2 years old and she likes Rey. Like we'll be at Target or wherever you see Rey and she'll know and want to get Rey. And I'm like, how do you even know this? We don't watch Star Wars together. She doesn't understand it. She just sees a powerful woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was with my guys at work and like we had like a family get together kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And all the one kid was talking about was Star Wars and Rey. Okay. Like it's a weird thing that I didn't realize until that moment. And with Avery, my daughter, is that she's super important. Okay. Super important. Number 2, you got Disney Plus. You said it.
I knew it.
You got Disney Plus. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Sorry. That's all number 2 is. And then number 3 is this can help lessen the blow of the sequels. Okay. And I don't mean rewrite the sequels or any of that. I just mean tell a story of Rey being Rey Skywalker. If that's what we're doing, give us a story of that. Whether that's her doing a new order, whether that's her just being in the galaxy. You know what I mean? It's just, it all goes back to story, as I always say, but that's what I want. And I think that would be a good palate cleanser for the fans. It would just have to be really freaking good. That's the only thing with that one is that you can't not stick the landing with that one. If you're announcing she's coming back, we're doing after Rise of Skywalker, see what Rey's been doing. It's got to be pretty freaking good. And oh man, I just see my mind starts racing when I think about that because like how cool that could be.
No, and I agree. I would love, and I've said it before, I would love to have Daisy Ridley return as Rey Skywalker. The only thing that just gives me anxiety because I know it's going to happen is as soon as they announce it, you're going to have the people that just can't stand the sequels and can't get over it.
Yeah.
They're not going to give it a shot, whatever she's in, regardless. And first of all, I think that's frustrating, and I don't think that's really fair to whoever's writing or directing or whatever, or Daisy Ridley herself. So I would love to see it, and I'm going to ignore all that negativity. I want to see her come back. Just for the reasons you said, honestly, I will just say touche to all 3 of those reasons. I think you nailed it right out the park with all of those. And like you said, Disney Plus, you have that avenue. I mean, if we're getting a Lando show, and don't come at me with this, I know Lando is one of the best original trilogy characters. Don't get me wrong, but
it's freaking Rey.
It's Rey. Rey is now, like it or not, she is one of the most important characters in the Star Wars franchise.
I was going to say a super hot take, but people are going to get so mad that I say this, but she is the Luke of the new generation. Okay.
Right.
Let's call it what it is. To
Mhm.
my daughter growing up, she's going to watch the sequels and she's going to know that Rey is the important one. Okay.
Mhm.
Because she is.
Yeah.
So if you go back and watch the other ones, sure, it's Luke and Darth Vader. It's that dynamic or whatever, but it's really Luke, right? That's who we care about, and that's who gets focused on. And I think Rey is that for this generation. And
Mhm.
so she needs to be in good terms with Star Wars and the Disney people. That's what I take away. Number one is I
Yeah.
don't even know if this is true, but that's just what I want, and that's what needs to happen. Is she needs to be in good graces of them, and they need to be working together because she is an important role in the Star Wars universe. She just
Agreed.
is.
Yeah. I know. I agree. And again, I hope I wasn't trying to go at giant freaking robot. I hope giant freaking robot's correct.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I agree. I agree.
I hope they stick the landing on this. I hope maybe they actually have heard this kind of information, and I hope it's correct. So props to them if they end up getting it correct. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
You guys let us know. Jump down, YouTube comments, hit us up at Discord. This is probably a hot topic, to be fair. So if you got a really hot take with it, let us know. We would love to hear it.
And
So
and give a rebuttal for the three things I
yeah,
said. Like if you have ideas or why I'm wrong or whatever, just throw it in there. We'll get a conversation going for sure.
absolutely.